Laws for women in India are designed to ensure their safety, equality, and dignity in society. These laws protect women from discrimination, violence, and unfair treatment in different areas of life. They aim to give women equal rights and opportunities, helping them live with respect and independence. Overall, these laws play an important role in promoting justice and gender equality. The Immoral Traffic Prevention Act, 1956. The Immoral Traffic Prevention Act, 1956 is a law made to stop human trafficking and sexual exploitation, especially of women and girls, and to prevent people from being used for commercial sexual activities. The act does not completely ban prostitution, but it prohibits activities connected to it, such as running brothels, forcing or influencing someone into prostitution, and publicly soliciting customers. The law makes it an offense to procure, induce, or take any person for prostitution, and those found guilty can be punished with 3 to 7 years of imprisonment along with a fine. In more serious cases, such as when a person is forced into prostitution or when the offense involves a child, the punishment can be extended up to 14 years or even life imprisonment. Under this act, a child is defined as a person below 16 years of age, and crimes involving children are treated with stricter punishment. The Dowry Prohibition Act, 1961. The Dowry Prohibition Act, 1961 is a law made to stop the practice of giving and taking dowry in marriage. It applies to the whole of India and aims to protect women from financial pressure and exploitation. Dowry means any property, money, or valuable item given or agreed to be given before, during, or after marriage in connection with the marriage. However, it does not include mahr under Muslim personal law. Giving or taking dowry is a punishable offense, with a minimum of 5 years imprisonment and a fine of 15,000 Indian rupees or the value of the dowry, whichever is higher. Even demanding dowry, directly or indirectly, from the bride's or groom's family is illegal and can lead to 6 months to 2 years imprisonment and a fine. The law also prohibits advertisements that offer money, property, or any benefit in exchange for marriage. Any agreement related to dowry is considered invalid, void, under the law. If any dowry is received by someone other than the woman, it must be given to her within a fixed time, as it is meant for her benefit. Offenses under this act are serious in nature, as police can take action without a warrant, and getting bail is not easy. The Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act, 2005. The Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act, 2005 is a law to protect women from physical, emotional, verbal, and economic abuse within the home, and to provide them legal support and safety. An aggrieved person is any woman in a domestic relationship who faces domestic violence, while a child means any person below 18 years, including adopted or foster children. A domestic relationship includes people living together and related by blood, marriage, live-in relationship, or joint family, and a shared household is the place where they live or have lived together. Domestic violence covers all forms of abuse such as physical harm, mental harassment, emotional abuse, and financial control. A respondent is the person against whom the complaint is made, usually an adult male or his relatives in some cases. The Act allows the court to provide protection orders, residence rights, child custody, and monetary relief to support the victim. A protection officer helps the woman in filing complaints and getting assistance, while a domestic incident report is the official record of the complaint. The law also ensures support through medical facilities, shelter homes, and service providers for the safety and rehabilitation of victims. The Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace, Prevention, Prohibition, and Redressal Act, 2013. The Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace, Prevention, Prohibition, and Redressal Act, 2013 is a law made to ensure a safe and respectful working environment for women and to protect their rights to equality, dignity, and work. It applies to all women, regardless of age or job type, in both public and private sectors, including the organized, unorganized sector and even domestic workers. The Act clearly defines and prohibits sexual harassment at the workplace and provides a system to prevent, report, and resolve complaints. Workplaces with 10 or more employees must form an internal committee, IC, to handle complaints, while a local committee, LC, is set up at the district level for smaller workplaces or cases against employers. The complaint process is time-bound. Complaints should be made within 3 months, inquiries completed within 90 days, and action taken accordingly. If the complaint is proven, strict action is taken, while false complaints, with malicious intent, may also be penalized. Employers have a duty to prevent harassment, spread awareness, conduct training, and ensure a zero-tolerance work culture. The government monitors implementation through reports, data collection, and inspections, and can impose penalties for non-compliance, 50,000 Indian rupees fine and higher penalties for repeat offenses. The SheBox portal, launched in 2024, provides a single online platform for women to file and track complaints easily, with features like confidentiality, multilingual support, and real-time updates. The Indecent Representation of Women, Prohibition, Act, 1986. The Indecent Representation of Women, Prohibition, Act, 1986 is a law made to stop the indecent or disrespectful portrayal of women in advertisements, books, films, pictures, or any other form. It applies to the whole of India. The Act defines indecent representation as showing a woman's body or image in a way that is offensive, degrading, or harmful to public morality. It also covers all kinds of advertisements, labels, packages, and visual displays. The law prohibits publishing or showing any advertisement that contains indecent representation of women. It also bans the production, sale, distribution, or circulation of books, films, pictures, or other materials that show women in an indecent way. However, some exceptions are allowed, such as content used for education, science, art, literature, or religious purposes, and depictions found in temples, ancient monuments, or approved films. The Act gives power to authorized officers to search places, seize objectionable materials, and examine records if they suspect a violation, though entry into private homes requires a warrant. If a person breaks the law, the punishment may include imprisonment up to 2 years and a fine for the first offense, and for repeated offenses, 6 months to 5 years imprisonment with a higher fine. If the offense is committed by a company, then both the company and responsible officials can be held liable unless they prove lack of knowledge or due care. Offenses under this Act are cognizable. Police can take action without warrant, but bailable. The Act also protects government officials for actions taken in good faith, and allows the government to make rules for proper implementation. The Medical Termination of Pregnancy, MTP, Act, 1971. The Medical Termination of Pregnancy, MTP, Act, 1971 provides a legal framework for safe and regulated abortions in India to protect women's health. It allows termination up to 20 weeks with one doctor's opinion and up to 24 weeks, for special cases like minors or rape survivors, with 2 doctors' approval. Abortion is permitted if there is risk to the woman's life, physical/mental health, or serious fetal abnormalities, with only the woman's consent required, guardian consent for minors. The law ensures confidentiality and requires procedures to be done only in approved medical facilities, with 2021 amendments expanding access and scope. The Equal Remuneration Act, 1976. The Equal Remuneration Act, 1976 ensures equal pay for men and women and prevents gender-based discrimination in employment. Employers must provide equal wages for the same or similar work and cannot discriminate in recruitment, training, promotion, or transfers. The Act applies to all establishments, with government inspectors appointed to check violations and advisory committees to promote women's employment. Non-compliance can result in fines up to 10,000 Indian rupees, imprisonment up to 1 month, or both. The Maternity Benefit Amendment, Act, 2017. The Maternity Benefit Amendment, Act, 2017 increased paid maternity leave from 12 to 26 weeks for women with up to 2 children, promoting better maternal and child care. Women with more than 2 children are entitled to 12 weeks leave, while adoptive and commissioning mothers also get 12 weeks from the date the child is handed over. Establishments with 50-plus employees must provide creche facilities, and work-from-home options may be allowed after leave based on job nature. The Act applies to establishments with 10-plus employees. Women must have worked at least 80 days, and it also provides 6 weeks leave for miscarriage or medical termination. Key constitutional rights for women in India. Right to equality. Article 14. The Constitution guarantees equality before law and equal protection of laws to all citizens, including women, ensuring they are treated fairly in all legal and social matters. Non-discrimination. Article 15. 1. The state cannot discriminate against any citizen on the basis of sex, religion, caste, or place of birth, ensuring equal treatment of women in public and private spheres. Affirmative action for women. Article 15. 3. The Constitution allows the state to make special provisions for women and children, such as reservations, welfare schemes, and protective laws to address historical disadvantages. Equal opportunity in employment. Article 16. Women have the right to equal opportunity in public employment, with no discrimination in recruitment, appointment, or promotion based on gender. Right to life and dignity. Article 21. The right to life includes living with dignity, safety, and personal liberty. It also covers protection from violence, harassment, and ensures privacy and bodily autonomy. Protection from exploitation. Articles 23 and 24. These articles prohibit trafficking in human beings, forced labor, and child labor in hazardous work, ensuring protection from exploitation. Equal pay and working conditions. Article 39. D. And Article 42. The state is directed to ensure equal pay for equal work for men and women and to provide humane working conditions and maternity relief. Political representation. Articles 243D and 243T. These provisions reserve at least 1/3 of seats for women in panchayats and municipalities, strengthening their role in local governance. Fundamental duty. Article 51A. E. It is the duty of every citizen to renounce practices that are derogatory to the dignity of women and promote respect for them in society.